A fascinating day of cricket awaits us on the fifth and final day of the first test between India and England in Chennai. India have a Herculean task at hand as they will have to play out of their skins to even draw the first test against England. England have set a record of 420-run target on the final day for India to win the first test. But to make that happen, India need 381 more runs with 9 wickets in hand after Rohit Sharma was dismissed cheaply.
I think so.
India needed Ashwin and Washington Sundar to continue on day 4 and the duo began well. But Jack Leach got the breakthrough, dismissing Ashwin and Shahbaz Nadeem in quick succession.
This one's taken and taken very easily.
Washington Sundar did not give in and was playing well to defy England bowlers as much as he could. He got his second half-century in as many matches, but unfortunately the Indian tailenders couldn't give him much support as the innings folded up for 337.
What a quite brilliant catch. Who's in business straight away. Rory Burns is out first.
England did not enforce the follow-on despite a 241-run lead. Rory Burns was dismissed of the first delivery of the innings of Ravichandran Ashwin. The Chepauk track was behaving differently from how it had in the first couple of days, and the Indians exploited it well.
300 for Ishant Sharma.
Joe Root provided some resistance even as wickets kept falling from the other end, with almost every bowler among the wickets.
Ashwin with his second. England now 32 for 2.
This could be close.
Bumrah got Root and most of the English batsmen got starts but couldn't bat for too long.
Ravichandran Ashwin.
Ashwin dismissed Jofra Archer to complete his 28th 5-wicket haul and then wrapped up the English innings with the wicket of James Anderson as India was set a record target of 420.
An easy catch for Ashwin.
India needed a good and safe start, but that didn't happen. Jack Leach extracted some good turn and Rohit was on his way back. Pujara and Shubhman Gill batted out the rest of the overs as India finished at 39 for 1, still needing 381 runs more. Sports Bureau, India Today.
In pretty good shape.
Joining me now, the greatest of all time, Sunil Gavaskar, and in the studio, our senior special correspondent, Rahul Rawat. Sunny bhai, first of all, this pitch just seems to have turned on its head. Given our target tomorrow, 381, Rohit Sharma gone, 9 wickets in hand. Realistic chances of winning, realistic chances of a draw?
I think the latter, realistic chance of a draw, because towards the end, the comfort with which Cheteshwar Pujara and Shubhman Gill were playing, even the turning ball, does indicate that the chances of draw are more likely. But you never know in cricket. Suddenly you lose a couple of wickets and the opposition gets on top. But I do get the feeling that draw is the most likely.
Okay.
And if at all, India are 8 or 9 wickets down with maybe 300 runs on the board, England will rue their decision to keep on batting and not giving their bowlers those extra overs.
Yes. Sunny bhai, we saw in Australia the last test match, that iconic, legendary test match, when India just went for the kill on the last day. What should be India's mindset, India's approach? Should we go for the win? We've got the firepower. King Kohli is there. We've got Rishabh Pant. He's, in just tremendous form right now. Pujara solid as ever. Shubhman Gill is batting right now. What should be India's mindset when they come out to bat tomorrow?
Well, I'd say play the first 2 sessions without losing too many wickets. Get to the first session, get to lunch, maybe with just 1 wicket or maybe no wicket down. And then again, at tea time, you score maybe another 100 runs, 100 runs. You get to tea time with maybe the score at about 280 or thereabouts with just a couple of wickets down, maybe 3 wickets down at that. Then you can have a look at trying to get to the 130 runs needed to win the game. But clearly, there's no point thinking too far ahead. Just play it session by session. And if you play normally, like you deal with the ball as it comes, if it's got to be defended, you defend. If you want to play it and hit the runs, you do that. And luckily, what India has got at the crease are 2 players with the kind of approach that is perfect.
Yeah.
There's one man who can hold one end up and work the ones and twos, and there at the other end is a young, enterprising batsman who will play his shots and get the attack back on the opposition.
Right, so who is key? If I have to, and it's a difficult one batsman, choose one batsman who's key for India's success tomorrow, may it be a draw, may it be a win.
Cheteshwar Pujara. Cheteshwar Pujara laying anchor at one end will ensure a draw. Laying anchor at one end, he'll also ensure that the stroke players at the other end will be able to play their shots freely without worries.
Right, Rahul, this pitch, what do you have to say about the pitch? I mean, it's completely deteriorated, or what's happened?
Right.
There are dust storms coming out of the pitch.
In fact, first 2 days, the wicket looked like a belter, but I don't know, Sunny Bhai is there in Chennai, he's seen the wicket. Sunny Bhai, just wanted to ask you one thing. This Indian team, what would be bothering more, the turn or the uneven bounce? We saw that delivery from Ishant Sharma that kept a little low, on which he got out Dan Lawrence. So would that be bothering more, or the turn?
I think it's the one that will keep low. That is what will bother the Indians more than anything else. Because when you're playing a fast bowler, you're always standing just a little bit upright. And if the ball skids along the ground, then it's a little bit difficult to get down at the bat in time. And then if you're in front of the stumps like Joe Root was, or even Dan Lawrence was, then nothing much can be done. So I think the odd ball that keeps low, and that's where maybe Jimmy Anderson and Jofra Archer will be the key for England.
Yeah, Sunny Bhai, England are in a dominating position right now. How important was the toss? Let me just go back to the toss now. Batting first, getting the runs on the board. Suddenly the pitch just completely changes.
Yes, I think the toss is always important on Indian pitches because you know that the pitch is going to start, turning, helping spinners from days 3, 4, and 5, particularly days 4 and 5. So yes, I think you win the toss, you bat first, and then on pitches where there's plenty of runs to be scored. That's what England did, scoring 578. India didn't do badly either, scoring another 300 runs. So for the first 3 days, you had almost 900 runs and barely 20 wickets. Now suddenly on the 4th and 5th day, you're finding wickets falling.
Yeah, and after that fantastic series win in Australia, that memorable series win, we come back to India. England is coming to India, and now, as I said, they are in a dominating position. So what does India need to do firstly to get out of this hole? And if somehow they do not manage to save this test match, that gives England a lot of momentum going into the next 3 test matches. I mean, mentally, it's going to be a whole different ball game.
It'll definitely be a whole different ball game. But like I said, if England miss out by just a couple of wickets, then in fact, the way they kept on batting and delayed, asking Indians to bat, just got the impression that the England team was thinking, listen, you guys are too good for us. And we are not too sure that we can defend a score of 400. So let's bat for another 15, 20 more runs. That kind of a situation. Now, when that kind of a situation happens, then the Indian team has the confidence to know that whatever happens, they will be able to, if not win the game, save the game.
We spoke about Cheteshwar Pujara, we spoke about Shubhman Gill. 2 players I want to talk to you specifically about, Sunny Bhai. First is Ravi Ashwin. Again, I mean, this man is just going through a purple patch, isn't he? Again, 6 wickets, amazing performer. What can you tell us about Ravi Ashwin?
Well, he gets better with age, doesn't it? And as spinners always do, they get better with age. And he's added a few more deliveries. He's not the leg spinner. He's been practicing the leg spin. He has the floater with the new ball, the one that curves away from the right-hander. He's using the crease brilliantly. And just generally, he's making life difficult for the batsman. You give him a pitch which has got just a little bit of hell, and it's pretty impossible to play. And it's so nice to see him doing well on his home ground. Yes, there were no people, no crowds there. But, this is going to encourage him for the next test, which is also here at Chennai. And who knows, that could be the 29th time he takes 5 wickets in the second test.
Plus, he's contributing with the bat too, Sunny Bhai. So Ashwin is like amazing right now. The second player I want to talk about is Rishabh Pant. Rishabh Pant played an important role in India's historic series win down under. He was India's top scorer in Australia and has now been adjudged the ICC Player of the Month for his brilliant performances against the Aussies. Even at Chennai against England, India would bank on him to come good once again in the second innings. Have a look at this and then we'll continue our discussion with Sunny Bhai.
There you go, there you have it. Immediate answer.
For long, Rishabh Pant has had to face a barrage of criticism, but not anymore. His wicket-keeping skills are still far from best, but as a batsman, the left-hander has already established himself as a match winner.
Goes again. And just enough.
In the drawn Sydney Test, his 97 gave India an outside chance to even go for a win, and then he followed it up with a match-winning 89 not out in Brisbane to pull off India's greatest series victory.
Single, so Rishabh Pant will retain strike, and he's gone back for the second. That's a 4! What a surprise is that? We are wondering.
Pant, who did not feature in the first test against Australia, was India's top scorer with 274 runs from 5 innings on that tour at an average of close to 70. It was England this time, and for the third time in as many matches, Pant pulled India out of trouble. At least he tried his best. With wickets tumbling on the day 3 pitch at Chepauk, Pant walked in at 73 for 4 as India was staring at a follow-on. But the left-hander found an able ally in Pujara, India's second highest run-getter on the tour of Australia. Attack was Pant's best form of defence.
Again, it's high in the air. And it goes over.
However, Pant lived by the sword and died by it, and a maiden test 100 at home wasn't coming this time too.
Clinging onto the ball off the bat of Rishabh Pant, who has taken one risk too many.
Sports Bureau, India Today.
His 4th. And that could be...
Sunny bhai, Rishabh Pant, what a performer, terrific form he's in, does it all, but I'm very disappointed because he should have had 3 centuries.
Yes, he should have had, but that's how he likes to play. That's like he likes to maybe reach 100 with a big shot with a 6.
Yeah.
As long as somebody is contributing 90, no captain is going to be disappointed. Yes, there's the personal disappointment for the person who's missed out on 100. But if you give me a batsman who every test match is going to get me a 90, I'll take him every single time. Let me tell you, I was doing commentary with Ricky Ponting in Australia, and the former Australian captain and batting legend thinks the world of Rishabh Pant. He thinks that he's something special. Yeah. And all I'm hoping is that Rishabh keeps his head, just keeps playing and enjoying his cricket, because that way he's going to score many runs, take lots of catches, and continue to give enjoyment to all of us.
And what a magical story it's been for him, because he was dropped, remember, from the one-day internationals, and then he made his comeback and just announced his presence.
Yes, he did, and that's it. You see, because he was just waiting for an opportunity. For a long time, he had been left out of all the 3 formats of the game, and for somebody who had started so well, was a certainty in all the formats, suddenly not to be playing for India is a big blow. But he took it well. He's worked hard, and he's back in the mix, and that is the best thing that could have happened to Indian cricket.
Right, Sunny bhai is saying most probably it's going to be a draw. I mean, if India, as I said, have to bat out of their skins. I want to thank both my guests, the legend Sunil Gavaskar and Rahul Rawat, our senior special correspondents. Time for a break now. Lots more coming up. Don't go anywhere. See you right after these commercials.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.